I'll send you a bar, but this is not a joke. You're on the beach, cause it's not the show. You're about to piss, you're ready to fight. We're bringing violence to the party tonight. Bar fighting. You're ready to bring the fight. Bar fighting. Let's get it on tonight. Party time, cyber bear shots. Alcohol, put your guns in us. Overdo it, tomorrow's
And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
Woo! All right, we just heard a Lucifist track, and that was brand spanking new. That was Bar Fighting. It's not a new track, but it's off the new CD that was released this past weekend. It's a live album. Fucking check that out. Lucifist are fucking badass. And then we heard a Townsend track that was Swipe Left. And that's a new single. And the music video were released yesterday, so check out that video on the YouTubes. Swipe Left. I'm pretty sure that's one of those app things.
Dating apps. Now it makes sense now that you said it. I was trying to be
Tindering.
like, why did they
What is swipe left? Is that the
That means
accept
say
or
no.
decline?
Decline.
Decline.
right?
How do you guys all know this? Oh, I'm out there beating off all day, you know. So, I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle, and we are rocking out. This is the second time you guys have been on. It's been a while. We are with Central Disorder. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves, what you do in the band, and who we're missing tonight?
Rob, I am the vocalist.
I'm Aaron, bass.
Mike, Electric Triangle.
I'm Bob the drummer.
And we're missing Derek. We are missing
He's
Derek.
the other electric triangleist.
Yes.
Yeah. He had some car trouble,
Yeah, he
to
did.
put it mildly.
Yeah.
I really want to call him out on it and tell everybody what he did.
Can
but
we do that? Is that
I mean, if you
is that
want.
street legal?
Can you
Sure.
I mean,
say this for people like me that don't understand what these things look like?
Well, his drain plug for his oil pan broke, or it came off, or whatever. So
Which doesn't make sense because those don't just like fall out of your car.
they can break. If somebody put it on wrong, or
Okay.
whatever.
I've stripped those out before.
Yeah,
It's a
they can
pain in
strip
the
out.
dick.
But it's relatively inexpensive to go grab a new one. But
I've heard $5.
Yeah.
It's probably not
Roughly.
expensive. And he put a drywall anchor in instead.
Which is a totally different shape.
I get what he was trying to do.
Right.
His heart was in the right place.
It didn't last long.
So what does it do if it's not?
All the oil
Yeah.
in your car
Yeah.
So he
leaks
just has an
out
oil.
of your
Oh.
car.
Well,
your
then
your
it
car
doesn't
bleeds
run.
out.
Yeah, but it's a really bad oil leak though.
But like if you run your car with no oil, your car blows up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or you'll hear it knocking, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Jesus.
And then you realize your car has no oil. Because I had that happen once. Like, what the fuck is my car now? And it's like, I check the oil, like, oh, I have no oil in my car. Awesome.
Public service announcement: that little red oil lamp that comes on your dashboard. That means stop your car.
It
That's
never,
not
it
like
never came on the car.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, that happened to me before, but yeah, a
probably
lot of people don't
Chinese.
know this. But when you see that, you can't make it home.
You will
pull
die
over.
without safety briefings.
Morgan, when was the first time Central Disorder was on?
the first time we're gonna go back in time here, guys.
Oh,
Back in
man.
time.
November 6th of 2012.
That's right. And that
Holy
show was
shit,
on
we've
my
known you
iPod.
guys for 6 years.
Barely
You've
a
known us
teenager,
longer,
is it?
actually.
I have
because
known you longer.
We were, me and Derek were part of, and Mike here, were
Hi.
part of Dark Entropy.
Dark Entropy. Those were the days.
That's right.
The
That was-
dark,
that
dark
was
days of
originally the
entropy.
first time we were on.
And we saw you guys at Mike's Love and Music.
Yes.
What
That
a
was the first
hole
time
in
we saw
the
you
wall
guys.
that was.
Talking about that place was bad.
Good shows there, though. That was good times. And you guys have come such a long way as Central Disorder.
Yes. Just a little bit, huh?
Like, I remember for Central Disorder, Rob coming to promote the band and us bundling up because it was freezing fucking cold out for the interview. And
You were drinking Coca-Cola Classics.
I don't think we
Or maybe
had...
they were Pepsi Colas.
Pepsi.
I don't think we had
Pepsi.
heat. And it was freezing in the little tight room that we were in.
The glass window.
Mm-hmm.
Of emotion, the glass case of emotion.
But it was a good time. It was a good time.
So, since November 6th of 2012, what have you boys been up to? A couple of lineup
Well,
changes and
A
a
lot of lineup changes.
We did a cycle.
couple two tree.
But we got a pretty solid lineup here. These guys are incredible musicians, and we are functioning on a whole other level right now. And we have some pretty large goals that we're trying to work on, getting these songs as best as we could and getting them out there in the best format that we could. I mean, if you look at the album art, all the songs are amazing. The whole look, the whole sound, it's fantastic. And
Fantastic.
Yes,
Available September
that's right.
25th.
September, so it's not even out yet.
A week from today.
A week from today
And-
is the release.
But so 5 tracks, right?
no,
is that how many are on there?
No.
Okay,
It's,
we're
it's
playing-
11 tracks, 10 songs.
We're only sneak previewing half of the album tonight.
Dang.
Now I want to point out how well this worked out tonight. Not to call out names or badmouth anybody. The band that we were supposed to have on tonight dropped on me on Saturday, and Central Disorder, knowing that they had a CD coming out next week, I hit them up first thing Saturday after I knew that happened, and I went, "Hey, I have a slot."
She went,
Thank
hey.
you. Thank you very much.
I did.
Hey there.
And I was like, I really hope they say yes, because I really want to plug this album before it gets released next week, because I want to hype it up even more.
Well,
Hell
thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you
Sure
so
enough,
much.
you guys are here,
We
and I'm
want to
so
plug
stoked.
it, but we want to plug it better than Derek plugged his.
Bam.
Luco wants to make sure he plugs all the right holes.
Yeah.
Right.
With all the
Some of the
proper
wrong ones.
toolage.
I went
Oh,
there.
that was good. That was good.
We're gonna
So-
plug it, better than the drain plug.
The new CD coming out 1 week. In 1 week.
In
What
1
was
week.
what was the release date? September.
September 25th.
You guys
On
have,
all the major platforms.
Yeah, we're going to be on your Spotify's and your Pandoras, iTunes, Amazon, Google, everywhere you can get music pretty
The
much.
computer.
the computer.
Computer box.
Do you guys have a show linked to this release?
Boy, do we have a show. September 29th, next Saturday. Damn. It's
Bada Brew.
awesome. Bada Brew. It's us. It's Alex's band over there, Vicious Attack, and Mike's band,
Vicious.
Double duty.
Oblivion Zero.
Miles
Our
from
Broken
Exile.
View?
Miles from
Hello.
Exile, yeah, yeah.
Black Market Democracy.
Black Market Democracy. Chalk was on it. They dropped.
Witchhammer.
Warhammer.
Warhammer.
Warhammer or Witchhammer? Which one?
Warhammer.
One of the hammers.
Warren
one of the
Hammer.
Faith in Vain.
Rockford band.
Sound of Fire, and our guys in our Broken View. That
Does this show start at like 1 in the afternoon?
yeah,
There's
it
like
is.
14
It's like
bands.
it's like starting at 2:00, and it's just going to be a big party all day.
Extravaganza.
Make
gonna
it a
be
day,
great.
It'll be a good time.
And it's not. It's I think it's like $12, ain't it? I think the
Carnival.
poster's $12. Yeah. So you get all day music. There's supposed to be food. They said the kitchen's going to be back open at Bada Brew, and they're going to have food and plenty of parking, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to have our album. We got 2 brand new shirt designs. We're going to have some giveaways. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Fuck yeah. Well, let's talk about the new CD. Where was this recorded?
This was recorded in Batavia at Apotheca Studios with Joe Taberry,
Joe Taberry.
our guy.
Joe's my guy too.
Yeah.
Joe's the man. So I know it's gonna sound fucking
right.
awesome.
Did he even come into Cairo that show?
He did. He was
I
there.
saw him outside. I said hi, and then he like vanished like a phantom.
Yeah,
That's what he
like
does.
He
a
like came and left, and I was like, "Where the fuck is Joe?"
That's what he does. But he stayed for a while, and he left right before we played.
He's like, that.
I know these songs already.
He's like the guy that
that's
just
basically what it was.
just
He'd been
smokes in the
recording
corner,
it.
nods his head, and leave, and you never knew he was there.
It took a full year for us to finish this. So we went in the studio. We went into Joe's last September, and we just finished.
Yep.
I thought it was longer than that.
Felt longer.
So
what
11
she said.
tracks.
It's
but
because he beat you, right?
That's right.
Daily.
Again. Joe, my fingers are bleeding.
I can't do it.
Again.
I hate these songs.
And so give us the details on the album. What's the title of the
All right.
album?
Album is called Eradication.
Sounds
And
erotic.
That's right.
Very
That's
erotic.
That is not erotic at all.
What are you calling it? Eradication?
Yeah, that's like murdering off an entire species of something.
Yeah, that's
Super
right.
exotic.
Super.
So-
I'm super hard over here. Eradication. Oh. You're goofy.
It is usually erection on the set list though.
Nice.
See?
Yep.
It all comes full circle.
That's right.
Comes.
Always.
Okay, and then so you guys are releasing it the 25th, but not playing the CD release show till the 29th.
Yeah, 4
We
days
want
later.
people to learn their songs
we
before
want-
they
we want
play
people
them.
to grab it and then come to the show and be able to jam along with us. You
I'm
know,
just sing along.
sing along and
Having a good old sing along.
Jam out with their clam out. I got
That's right.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So and we're gonna have it up. We are a brand new online store on our Bandcamp, so it's gonna be available digitally or physically. You can order a CD and we will ship it to you. You can order shirts. You can order posters when we get them. Yeah, it's all out. So if you need it digitally, if you need it physically, we got it for you.
I need it physically.
I need it physically so
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah.
That's
It's going to
that's
come
the
with
best.
a little booklet and everything. All the lyrics
Yeah.
are in there.
Just to be able to caress those pages
That's
is what
right.
makes it worthwhile.
That was another debate that we were having, like how many physical CDs will we need rather than like who's doing everything digitally.
millions,
anyway.
billions.
Millions, millions, billions copies, please.
We obviously opted for more CDs, so we got all of those nice physical booklets that people like.
And then who did the artwork on the CD and everything?
The artwork, the original artwork was done by this guy, Ricardo Fernandez, and he's from Portugal.
Whoa.
And he hit us up and said
He hit you up.
he did. This was
Like, hey, let me draw stuff for you.
real. Essentially, he's like, hey, I do art. You know, if you guys ever need anything, he goes, I got some designs on the page. He had a design I liked. I asked him to rework it. I gave him some ideas, and he turned it into a really cool idea with this like apocalyptic nuclear explosion on the left side, and then just totally frozen over on the right hand side. He tweaked it here and there. So then when it came time to release the album and we sent in our artwork, they're like, this is all fucked. So
Who said that?
the printers and all that.
Why did they say it was fucked?
Well, I'm not a photo guy. I don't know all the digital
A
stuff.
photography guy?
Right.
I believe it's pronounced photography.
No, not a photographer. The digital
Editor.
graphic
designer.
designer. That's it. So I don't know all the numbers that go into all the coloring and all that, but I guess it was all wrong. So we got Joe's guy, Ricky Lewis, and he does all of Joe's artwork for Mechana and all his other stuff. And he goes, this is fucked up. He goes, I'll fix it all for you. And he did us a huge favor. He was making changes at 3:30 in the morning on the day that we were sending our album out.
So wait, like what was messed up with it? Like all the colors were like inverted or something, or
whatever it was, and all the sizing was wrong, and just the best way I could describe it is when I was on newspaper back in college. Before the photos went to the printer, they had to be certain specifications. Like CMYK and all the numbers had to be a certain way or whatever. Otherwise, it would print splotchy, it would print out of focus, all that. So that's about as much as I know.
So it wouldn't. The resolution wouldn't be the way that you wanted
Right.
it when it went. Okay.
Correct. So
Interesting.
If we had sent it how we sent it, the photo would be all screwed up, and then we'd have 1,000 misprinted albums.
oh,
So he modified the original artwork. So it's still like the original artwork is just tweaked to have made the
He
better
tweaked it.
resolution.
He gave us a brand new logo, which we've been dying for. He designed our logo. He also designed the little insignia, the C and D little logo that he added in there. All very cool and pretty metal there, guys.
pretty metal. Well, why don't we go ahead and introduce the Metal Experience World again to Central Disorder and the new stuff. What track of the 5 that you brought tonight do you want to
Choices. I don't even know which 5 you gave them.
I know, me either.
Well, I'd say let's start with our lead single that we just
Ooh,
put out the
yes.
other day.
Yes.
Suffer, the happy little tune, Suffer My Hand.
It's a ditty.
Sexual, yes.
I was gonna say, see,
It's pretty tits.
see, it's pretty exotic.
Well, I expect that type of language at Denny's, but not here. Well, that's too freaking bad. You hear me?
Because we're throwing it back to Morgan and Luco on the Metal Experience.
All right, we are back. I'm Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze. And yes, I am wearing pants. And we are back with Central Disorder. And that was a brand new track off the upcoming album. That was Suffer My Hand.
And that was the single?
That's our lead single. Yeah, we just released it. Was
It's
it
on
Friday?
tubes.
Friday, Saturday. Just put it out.
Like with a music video?
No, we'll get there. We'll get there. We're working on it. We had to pay Joe and the albums first.
How do you have you pay him in?
We usually
Fondles.
Joe's currency is wheelbarrows full of tacos.
That's a pretty
the
good-
usual currency.
Pretty good.
Ammunition.
And fondles. I like that. And food for his goat.
That's right.
Feed my goat.
Is the goat still there?
There's 2 goats.
Two
Two
goats.
goats.
Joe still hate him?
Ponies
Yes.
or whatever those things are. Mules. I don't know.
Two miniature ponies and a donkey.
And some goddamn chickens.
First time
Chickens
I was like,
everywhere.
dude, you have fucking goats? That's awesome. He's like, no, fuck those goats. They're assholes. I was like,
He has some.
whoa.
He has some very aggressive geese.
Yeah.
too.
How do you get geese?
I think they just
Good
show
question.
He stole them.
Oh, Joe.
Stole them from a local zoo.
I
Kind of just feed
guess.
them.
He's crazy. But good. That's awesome. So what was the hardest part about recording with Joe?
The boners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just having so many music boners for a year. Thought you were gonna pass out from lack of blood.
It wasn't so much that it was hard. It was just extremely, like, we just had to keep going back in, to keep adding more and more parts. It just,
We wanted the album to sound as big as it could possibly be. So
It's a lot of layering.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it sounds
Lot
awesome.
of layering.
Like 8 bass tracks per song.
exactly.
At least. That's a minimum.
Oh my goodness. So it's been a while since you guys have been on the show. I want some most memorable live shows or some mishaps that have happened during live shows. Most
Oh, no.
embarrassing moments.
All right.
What do we start with, Big Smo?
It's like, which one do we start with?
Yeah, definitely start with
We,
that one.
Big
we
Smo.
just we played the Joliet Speedway a few weeks ago.
Like, the NASCAR track? The shitty little dirt track right next to it.
Not the big
They're
one.
making another left turn.
The smash 'em ups.
So where they got all the demo derby stuff. And
Demo Derby's fucking awesome.
Well, yeah, correct.
Well,
correct.
yeah,
No,
that
I
is
agree
cool.
with that.
Normally, yes.
I agree with
Sprint cars and things, and it's awesome. That's not what we played
that. This
for.
is not. This was the Redneck Jamboree.
Yes, it
Boy, I
was.
tell you what. So the tagline on the event was, "We provide the mud, you provide the fun." So
There was mud.
so
lot.
they
Tell them
a lot
how
of
we
mud.
got on the show.
they just packed the middle of the track with mud, and you can bring your big 4x4 and go mudding. And they had a mud pool that you could go mud swimming in.
Did
you could
any
play.
of you guys go mud swimming?
No.
Yes and no.
You could
Had
play
to play,
mud.
man.
They had a mud volleyball net set up. They had mud bean bags. They had mud everything, and nobody was there.
They really like mud.
There was a
five
few
people over there.
hillbillies there. Everybody in their big 4x4 truck, and then there was a Crown Victoria
Vic, yeah.
that
Nice.
tried to make it through the mud pile. That was good.
He did make it through, though.
He
I was
did. He
impressed.
did.
Yeah, I was
he
really,
did.
really
He was
surprised.
burning up the clutch too. So we played. So the lady who got us on, she said, "I don't book bands. I book races." She goes, "So we got a stage. We got a sound guy. Come out and play." And we're like, "Okay." So the guy who was playing was Big Schmo, and he's a country rapper because that's a thing now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a reality show, too, at one point in time.
It was
A&E?
like on Annie.
Yeah.
A&E or something. Yeah.
Morgan, are you familiar?
Nope.
Big
Okay.
Schmo.
A nice guy. He's a nice
Yeah,
guy.
He's
super
nice
nice.
enough. He's very cool. So the lady told us we would open for him. He came
Right?
out and he goes, "I don't know what they told y'all, but he goes, nothing in my contract says I got an opening band. So I want y'all to still play because you made the effort to come out here, but you're going to play after me.
I thought he said he was a nice guy.
He was a nice
He was a
guy.
nice guy. He
He's
didn't
very
tell us
nice
to fuck
guy.
off.
Yeah,
you know.
he didn't tell us to get lost. So he's like, I got a contract, but you guys are going to play after me.
So he,
Cool.
he even smoothed it over with the sound guys too. Like he was
Because the
he was
sound
super good
guys
to
were
us.
only paid for his set.
What?
Yeah, it was totally clusterfucked.
Oh my god.
So we played to a bunch of hillbillies, and it was hilarious because they were there. There was little kids there and everything, and they were mildly interested. They stayed around,
They stuck around.
and then we started playing, and they're like, "Boy, I done seen the devil himself. Boy, I'm gonna have to go see Jesus."
And just every song, just more and more people just started leaving.
They just kind of trickled out. There were
Until
like two guys
eventually,
that were
yeah.
really digging what we
Yeah,
were
there was
throwing down.
some guys that really liked it. Yeah,
They were really into it, and then the rest.
How
of them
many
just kinda-
people showed up for this event, you would think?
Quite a bit.
maybe
No, there's
50
way more. For us or for the whole event?
for the whole event.
the whole
You think
event.
50?
Maybe there's
Parking
more
lot
than
was
50.
filled.
I mean,
Everybody
Like
was driving their
3,000
mud
people.
cars.
Maybe.
They had their
Maybe like
trucks.
200-300.
They had their trucks, and they were.
that's true. There were quite a few people watching.
There was
too.
not a lot, in the stands, but there was a lot of participants, as it were.
They were having a good time. Drive through mud. It was
So
pretty much,
that was
yeah.
one of the more fucked up things. Aaron got a giant splinter underneath his
my
fingernail
Yeah.
the stage
during
where
the set
the
while we
stage-
were playing.
the stage where the stage we were playing on was a flatbed trailer.
We were playing on a
Yeah.
flatbed
that
truck.
that had seen some mileage. I dropped a water bottle, and I went to pick it up. And when I did
Oh my
that,
God, no,
under
stop,
my left
stop,
middle
stop,
finger,
stop,
I got a nice
stop,
big splinter
stop.
right underneath the
Did you get it
fingernail.
out? Get it out?
Yeah,
He
get it out.
pulled it right out and kept
I
playing.
finished the set. It
Like
bled
a
a little bit,
boss.
but like it wasn't bad. It was
Oh.
okay.
A flatbed chair. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I
oh
mean-
yeah.
You don't
I
get
played
much
on
more
Shook.
redneck than that.
There were only 2 holes in it, so it was
Stay
like
away from those.
it was
Hey,
kind of like
hey.
the old Bada Brew stage. You just gotta watch where you walk. You know?
So the next Central Disorder CD after this one, obviously, like after
Oh, yeah.
you've
Why
You're-
didn't you do the
hold
CD
on.
release show there?
No, not what I was going at. I was gonna say guest vocals, Big Schmo.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
gonna
for
Call
sure.
Get him on for
I'll
a
get him on the horn.
feature.
We're going to make some stylistic changes.
He is actually a metal fan. He's
Really?
let us know
He
that.
said that. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I love heavy metal.
I don't know.
I don't
how
know
true
if I
that was.
believed him.
I don't
you guys
know
get a
how
picture
true
with
it
him?
is. No, he
Oh,
was
no, we
out
did.
of
We
there
should've.
fairly quickly after after he played.
He signed some autographs and then you just whoop.
He's
Gone.
like, I'm contracted to play 90 minutes, but they already broke my contract by having an opening band, so I'm leaving after 60. That's what he said.
Nice.
Their
How
tour
big
bus.
is Big Smo?
He's a big dude.
He's on A.
No, I meant
Oh.
like
Guys
Oh,
got it
basically.
all
is he on
figured
like
out.
a Billboard chart or something?
He's on
I
A&E.
don't-
He was on A&E, Morgan. What else do you need?
I'm gonna look this guy.
Enough to milk this probably for the rest of his life.
Interesting. Okay.
So that was one of your guys' favorite shows of all time.
Of course.
blast.
Of course.
What's another one of your favorite all-time shows?
Actually,
Oh god.
Is that
5
sarcasm?
years.
we haven't played a lot of shows with this lineup,
Yeah.
but I'd say my favorite show, we played the Lockdown Bar and Grill as my
That was
first
awesome.
Yeah, it is.
show. And
Yeah, that's him.
That's Schmo.
Big Schmo. Yeah. But
To the
love
listeners,
It
Morgan
was-
was showing a picture of Big Schmo.
He is big.
He is what I imagined him
Yep.
to be.
Yep. Pretty much exactly.
he was awesome at pandering to the rednecks. The whole time is just talking about mud and
Where's my
getting-
mud nuggets at?
Did you guys do that at all?
No, we really
No.
should have.
My truck doesn't run right now, so I wasn't gonna drive my Volkswagen through the mud. It would not have come out the other side.
Where are my mud nuggets?
That's what he
Yeah.
said.
But yeah,
I could smell you when I pulled off the highway.
What's been the most exciting show you think that you've played?
oh, mine, like I was saying earlier, it was my first show with these guys, and that was at the Lockdown Bar and Grill. hit us
That was
up.
a lot of fun.
And they let us play as long as we want, which was probably like an hour and 20. We played essentially the whole album, and some older tunes as well, and just awesome show and my favorite place in the world. So for me, it was a dream
grab a
come true.
lockdown burger.
Great burgers.
Yeah.
But no,
Very intimate, very small, obviously in the lockdown.
Aaron and Bobby will have different ones. They weren't around, but we got to open for All That Remains about 5 years ago, and that was awesome. That was really cool. Just big audience, and the response was awesome because they liked us a lot.
Where was that at?
That was at what was called Mojo's.
Gotcha.
Currently the Forge.
The Forgy.
Pretty good one. We opened for Soulfly, and Battlecross was
Yeah,
there.
that was
They're
awesome.
one of my favorite bands.
Battlecross is phenomenal.
Those
was
guys
amazing.
those guys are super fucking nice.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
They are just the coolest down to earth guys. Like they're so cool. And Gumby told us not to quit our day jobs.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah, he's kind of a downer,
Yeah.
but he's very, very
he's-
realistic.
yeah.
When it comes to all this.
yeah, he's a realist. He's just like, it's all about who you know and who you blow. You really got to get lucky. He's just,
He's
Up
like,
at
I
the
hate
farm."
doing this.
Who you
Like
know?
I got a
and
kid at home.
who you know and who you blow.
Yeah.
that's it.
You guys blow anyone
Luke,
recently?
Luco
We'll
has
leave
that
that to
tattooed
Rob.
on his chest.
Rob handles the blowing
Defined
department.
recently.
What was your favorite show, Bobby?
Probably the second time we went to Ohio.
That was good.
The Quarry.
Yeah,
Quarry.
I
that show
enjoyed
was,
that show.
That
very
show was
much.
fun.
That was fun.
Man,
that
I
was
showed
good.
up. I showed up way early, and I just swam all day. And
Oh, really?
It rained like a motherfucker that day, man. We covered everything with tarps, and I thought I was gonna die because we had this giant tarp we put over the stage, and we were all holding on to it. And
We're all gonna die.
There may have been a tornado warning. I'm not really sure,
That's possible.
but I thought we were gonna get lifted up and carried away or electrocuted or something like that. That was fun.
Yeah.
But you were in a quarry?
Yeah?
Well, it was a quarry. It was basically like
It was
I don't
a
know if-
filled-in
like
quarry
like
with
a
water.
limestone quarry. They fill it with water, and they've
So
got diving boards and a little floating island and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. It was really cool.
And water's super clear.
Big party
Yeah.
and everything.
The water was really clean and clear, and
I want to go to this
it was
place.
a, it was
was
a big
cool.
party.
Sounds
in
like
the middle of
Neverland.
nowhere.
Yeah.
It was in the middle of nowhere, Ohio.
That was a lot of fun.
It was a band. Forbidden Outcome is the ones that
Ohio
the guys
or
that
Iowa?
invited us out there.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Not the
Good
first
dudes.
time.
See,
Oi.
another
Ohio.
reason why to go to Ohio. I gotta find this quarry. Okay.
Not many reasons to go to Ohio.
No. It's a lot of bad
They got
there.
the theme
My
park.
phone keeps buzzing at me, trying to tell me to lose weight in 30 days.
Oh, man.
Isn't that a great reminder? What? Yeah.
I have one of those.
Lose weight, you fat bastard! Like, fuck
What
you,
it
phone.
makes me feel. Anyway.
The first time we went to Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm Scooter.
What?
Tell us
Scooter.
the story.
So, I was trying to book a tour, and if you want to attempt to book your own tour with having almost no contacts and just book it cold calling people, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. I always suggest hiring someone who does these things. There's plenty of people you can find, but never try and set up your own tour. It's not good. So none of it worked out. I did get a hold of a couple of promoters, and they were going to have us out. So this guy in Ohio, yeah, you guys come out. I'll have a hotel for you, this and that, big stage, all this. Cool. We show up, and he goes, well, I got some bad news. Sound guy quit on me. And I think a couple of the bands aren't going to show either. So I don't think we're going to have a show tonight. And me and my buddy Alex, who was in Vicious Attack, who is in Vicious Attack, we were there, and we kind of got in this guy's face, and we said, we're still playing the show. Get the fuck out of here. And we go and talk to Scooter.
Scooter was the MVP, man. That guy was
He
awesome.
really was, because if he didn't hook us up, we wouldn't have been able to save the show. But the bar had a built-in sound system, right? So we didn't need an outside PA. We just needed to figure out how to get the built-in sound system to work. So me and Alex are fucking around with it and whatever, but we needed a jack for the microphone. Otherwise, we wouldn't have any sound. And Scooter's like, I think I got one of those in the drawer. And we're like, show us. And we go, he opens up like a junk drawer with a bunch of shit in it. And he goes, is this what you're talking about? And it was the XLR jack for the microphone and all the other hookups. And we're like, Scooter, you've saved the day. So we got the PA running, and we ran the show, basically kicked the promoter out of his own show. One of the bands had a lighting rig in their trailer. We hooked up the lights. We hooked up the PA and ran the PA, and we basically did our own show. Wow. That we had booked.
Just blew the roof off the place.
Yeah, we kicked ass, and every band stayed and watched every other band because they knew how fucked the day was. It was awesome.
Did any of those other bands drop, or everyone showed up? Or
everybody showed up.
Everyone showed up. Everybody showed up, and it was awesome.
And those videos are on youtube.com/Central Disorder.
That's right. And we had a meeting out back, and we told everybody, we're like, look, this guy's out. We're running the show. Let's work this out. And we did. 5 or 6 bands put on one hell of a show.
The promoter at least bought us some pizzas.
Yeah.
After driving to Ohio.
Little Caesars.
Sorry, guys. Here's some pizza.
And then you kicked him out?
Didn't he
No,
promise
get
you a
the
hotel room,
fuck-
too?
He did
get a hotel
promise
room.
us a hotel room, and I sent Derek and did I send Alex? Did I send you and Derek to go check out the hotel room? Who checked out the hotel room?
I don't remember that.
But Derek went, and he called me, and he goes, yeah, we have a reservation. We're good. Okay. Because otherwise, the evening would have ended up...
Somebody would have gotten a shakedown.
Yeah.
Sleeping in the van.
A little bit.
Now, there was
I believe it's threatened with violence is the correct term.
a cool thing that they had there. This wasn't like Cleveland or Cincinnati. This was like Newark, Ohio, or something like that. And they had
Also in the middle of nowhere.
They had drive-through liquor stores.
Nice.
What? That's
I'm
a
a
thing?
big
They
fan
did.
of
They had a
drive-through liquor stores.
That's a
drive-through
great
liquor
concept.
store.
I've heard of
amazing.
this. You drive your car in there, right?
Yeah.
And they bring you whatever booze
Basically,
you want.
you're just like, hey, I want a bottle of Jack Daniels, and they'll go get you a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Here's your order,
Pay, and
sir.
then you leave.
Yeah.
And how big are these places?
They're pretty small.
Don't
you know?
drink and drive.
Think of a liquor store with a drive-through.
And it's not like you drive up to a window. You drive into the building. It's
Yeah,
almost like a
right,
garage.
that's what I thought. And
Yeah,
and
it's
somebody
kinda like
brings-
a
Load that bitch up.
right. And it'll just pop the hatch and just fill it to the top.
As many cases as you can get in that motherfucker. Let's do this.
Keep cramming.
Some Tecate and some Doritos.
What's your inventory on Doritos? We're Scooter. We're getting Scooter some
That's right.
Doritos.
That's right. Hi, I'm Scooter, and this is my place.
Oh,
Ridiculous.
I want to. We've got. You guys probably have a ton of more stories.
Oh, we got
let's
tons.
let's do another song, and then we'll come back and we'll do some more. Do some more stories. So the best part. Woo! What do you guys want to play next?
What else did we give him?
Rob's the
Grave-
only one.
Grave
Rob's the only
Walker?
one that knows.
Grave Walker.
Grave Walker, yeah.
Ooh, all
Rob,
right.
what are we playing next?
Grave Walker.
All right.
Here we go. Another new Central Disorder track.
You're welcome.
Valentine.
I'm Meredith.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm John, and we are Victims. And you're listening to the Metal Experience. Check out our full-length album, Volume 2, Inside the Mind, available everywhere.
Hi there, welcome back to the Metal Experience.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck I was
You
supposed to
said
say.
before when we were on quiet.
Something about being Luco and sucking 6-inch dicks. I
There
don't
we
know.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was. I don't know. It was a spur of the moment
I
thing.
leave to get water for you, gentlemen,
we
and
just-
this is what I
yeah,
come back
exactly.
to.
Well, you weren't listening to their
You
song that they
sons.
worked so hard on, and they were very
I was
insulting.
getting water for you. You guys were thirsty. Oh, goodness.
Thirsty bitch.
I appreciate the water.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
I
you.
am Morgan Danielle, and we just heard another brand new Central Disorder track called Grave Walker. So let's talk about the last two tracks that we listened to, because we didn't exactly go into what each track is about. So, Grave Walker, what did you write that about?
I'll take this one, Rob. No. Go ahead.
By all means.
Here's my interpretation of Rob's
I'd love to
lyrics.
hear it.
Please give us your interpretation.
No. So we had this kind of death metal-y song, and I just thought, what could be the most brutal thing I could think about, and I just made up Grave Walker. I was like, cool, and just kind of went from there. Just brutality on more brutality.
Necrophilia.
It's one of our initial foray into 7-string guitars.
It is a 7-string track.
I was going to ask that. It did sound a little
Heavy.
How
How much of the track did you really
Bassy.
hear?
I heard the fucking
half
first
of it.
half of it.
What do you mean? He was here the whole time.
I heard the first half, and then the double bass came in and kicked you right in the nuts. And then bam, 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 bam. And I'm like, man, that kind of sounds like a 7-string, but I don't think these boys use 7 strings, but I guess you do.
The drums are definitely featured a lot on that song, and that's our guy Bobby over
He's
here
a fucking
just killing
machine.
it.
Bobby over there playing drums.
Hell
To
yeah.
the bam, 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 bam,
right.
bam,
Yep.
bam, bam.
He beats those skins.
Oh my goodness. Well, I want to know
And
more
Suffer
about.
My Hand.
Oh yeah.
Suffer My Hand.
Super.
I wrote that in 2016. There's a lot of things being shown on TV at the time, and some very orange things on TV that are still on the TV.
Orange?
And very orange.
Let's keep
very
it at that.
orange.
Like Tropicana?
Very Tropicana. And
kind of Toad from Super Mario.
just
Penis-y.
Suffer My Hand seemed to be how things were going, and I don't know, everything just seemed to work with that one. It just, all the words fell into place, and it described the situation very, very perfectly, in my opinion.
The main riff of that one was written by Derek, who
Derek.
fucked his drain plug.
Yeah. Again, Derek's
be
not
here.
here to tell you about the guitar side of things.
The bam, 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 bam,
That's
bam,
right.
bam,
That's
bam,
right.
bam.
That one, yeah.
And actually, that was a song I hated the most when we were demoing these songs, because Derek came to me with all these riffs, and I'm like, I like all them, but that song I really don't like. And we played with it, we adjusted riffs, moved things here and there, tightened it up, and then Bobby added the drums to it, and it just became a whole other song, and now it's like one of my favorites. It's awesome.
And he wrote it on a guitar, so he's playing on a pretty big spread, and I had to figure out how to play it on a fucking bass, because my hands aren't that big, And it's I ended up tapping it, so it's really, I don't know, it turned out really cool.
Exactly.
So then, is this the first and only song you guys feature the 7-string guitar on?
Nay.
Oh, that was Grave Walker.
Grave
Walker.
Grave Walker.
Grave Walker was 7 strings.
We have like 4 of them.
We have 4 tracks. No Salvation, Consumed, Save the Hero, and Grave Walker. And I believe Grave Walker is the only 7-string song that I sent in today.
So when you play these live, you guys just jump back and forth between guitars, or you just like 7-string guitars or for a chunk?
Yeah, we separate out the set list by tunings.
Tunages.
We're not cool enough to have roadies yet.
Yeah, not yet. Not
Well,
yet.
when we do,
Soon.
though,
But we have what standard?
We got
go
five
over the
for
stand.
tuning.
Go over the
everything.
tunings,
Everything
Mike.
is a bass a half step down, basically. Everything's a half step down, and then we have standard, drop D, and then on the 7 strings we drop the low string down to an A flat.
So it's drop A flat.
Right.
Drop A flat, of course, of course.
The heaviest of the A flats.
I believe it's half a tuning lower than Slipknot, just to put that into
Yeah.
perspective.
The Slipknot plays drop D and drop A, I think. We're drop A flat.
And then,
We are dope and we do dope shit.
Aaron, do you
Kanye
switch
reference?
bass amounts of stringages?
I don't anymore. I used to. I used to have my 6 string and my 4 string, but now I just play everything on the 6 string and I tune it while these guys are swapping their guitars or whatever, and I have a 5 string as a backup.
Okay. Okay.
I got tired of switching out shit, so it's easier just to tune it.
So let's talk a little bit about influences personally. What are some of the bands that got you started in metal, and now what are you finding yourself listening more to?
Creed.
Great way to start.
A
Perfect.
lot of Creed.
A lot
Nirvana.
of Creed.
Only Creed.
We're about Jesus in this band.
Creed and Skillet.
Great choice with
And
Skillet.
breakfast skillets.
Breakfast. Can we talk about me
Sorry.
lover skillets?
I'll talk about bacon.
Let me tell you how inspirational bacon's been in my life. I mean, if it weren't for bacon, I wouldn't be here now.
I wouldn't be the man sitting in front of you today.
What was the question?
Influences in music.
How much bacon influences your music?
That's right.
Let's start with
100%.
let's start with Bobby. It's a little quiet. Tell us your influences.
What's up, Bobby?
Bobby's an interesting case because Bobby is not your traditional metalhead.
Yeah.
You're what, like 12?
I believe he's 12.
Well, I was when you released that last album, actually.
right.
Believe it or not.
That's true.
Yeah,
Holy
I was.
crap.
I was just
holy
a teenager.
shit! You're
You're old.
19.
About to be
Wait,
20,
I'm
yeah.
old.
Holy
He's
wait!
a
I was
decade.
really kidding when I said 19, but I got it dead on.
No,
That's
no.
scary.
He is a decade
Holy
younger
shit.
than I am.
Yeah,
1 decade. 1 decade.
but he's phenomenal.
Decade.
He's
One
a
decade.
beast.
Thank you.
I got the privilege to see Bobby jam out on the street in Nashville for an entire crowd of people.
Fucking A.
It was awesome.
Wait, how are you jamming out on a street in on buckets?
No, on a
Nice
drum
drum
set
set.
in the middle of downtown Nashville. It was
They're just
awesome.
like, what's this guy doing? He's just playing drums in the middle of the street.
Pretty much.
We paid one of the the guys with buckets. Well, it was basically that, but the guy had a permit for a full drum set in the middle of the street. Because if you've ever been to Nashville, they close down the streets.
For just a regular, hey, this guy's going to play some drums in the
Well,
street. Let's
for-
close it down.
It's like Southern Vegas, which I highly recommend going. It's awesome.
Yes.
It's an awesome time. So guys jamming on the drums threw, what did we give him, a 20?
If that.
Threw him like $20 and said, hey, let my man drum here. And he got up and Bobby just killed it in the street. It was awesome. Everybody was standing around taking a video
Also on YouTube.
on the tubes. Bobby was gonna go viral there.
We're taking you to Fremont Street next.
That sounds dangerous.
That sounds hot.
So tell us about your background, Bobby.
My background. I grew up. I started playing drums when I was about 4 years old on a picnic table and some drumsticks, and then eventually evolved to a small piece of junk electric kit, then to a small piece of junk acoustic kit. Then eventually I got into bands around junior high, got a nice drum set. I played in a band called Strut throughout junior high all the way to freshman year of high school. Yeah, we were playing bars and everything like that. It was just Rush, Styx, REO Speedwagon, everything from that era. Those was a huge influence on me. Like Dream Theater was a huge influence on me growing up through junior high. Mike Portnoy and Mangini both really taught me a lot. Yeah, and as soon as I got into metal into high school, I got into bands like Lamb of God and Gojira and Slipknot, all the bigger bands. But yeah.
And there you go.
And what bands?
And then he joined our band.
What bands have they introduced you to then that you didn't know about?
Oh, Jesus.
Amon Amarth.
Amon Amarth. Yes, definitely. I think that's about all I got.
Big on Amon Amarth, you know. Love our Swedish death metal. I do.
Rob, take it away. So, Rob, you actually play
all right.
drums also.
I used to, yeah. I was the drummer here, and then I changed to vocals. But you guys haven't heard any of the stuff I played drums on, though, because that was our first album, 2008. Also recorded with Joe. So Joe recorded our demo at the end of 2007, beginning of 2008. Then he recorded our album in 2008, and then recorded our EP, and now this album. But yeah, we have found better drummers, and that's totally fine because I love being the front man. It's where I'm best suited, I feel. I don't know. You know, I'm Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, traditional thrash, but like I said, I love Amon Amarth. I love, you know, Alice. I love all the grunge stuff. Alice in Chains, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Foo Fighters. Lamb of God is an influence for my singing. Pantera. Love Pantera. Pantera.
Tempora.
Panera.
So then, drumming-wise,
Yeah.
back in the day, you started out in this band. You were the drummer.
I was the drummer.
And then how did you get into drumming way back when?
That guy sitting at that table over there was the singer.
Oh, hey, RX. Oh, hero.
Current singer Vicious.
So,
Viacius.
Vicious Attack.
It's pronounced
diarrhea.
Viacius.
Viagra.
Viacius.
A Viagra attack.
I'm uncultured.
Carius.
So, no. I started the band in 2003, and I was originally the singer, but we could not find a drummer because in high school all the drummers were in bands already. There was not a free drummer to be found. So I said, screw it, I'll be the drummer. And then I started playing drums, and that's how
Self-taught drummer?
self-taught. Just put on my Metallica and Iron Maiden albums, and
Played along and learned that way?
yeah,
There you go.
yeah. Metallica's a pretty good way to start learning how to play drums. But I love Lars, though. He's my guy. But it just, you know, things changed, and then instead of getting a new vocalist, we got a new drummer, and I switched over to vocals, and that was 2011. So I played drums for 6 years, and then made the switch, and things have been up and up and up and up since.
Because I remember we saw you play drums at Central Disorder way back when.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was that?
It was at... It was at...
Another hole in the wall.
It was usually
Another
hole in the wall.
Is that another hole in the wall?
That's
This
where
is
we
like
basically
Steger,
lived
right?
there.
Yeah.
Stager, yeah.
Yeah.
We basically lived there. We were like the featured band
And that
all
was,
the time.
Oh, what was their band? Their name is... I can only remember one other band that played that night. It'll come...
Audacity?
They played.
Audacity did play that night.
Are you thinking the Battle of the Bands that
Was
we
it
went
the Battle of
to?
Bands?
I don't know. There was.
We saw Battle of the Bands at Another Hole in the Wall, and that's the only time we ever went out there.
Okay.
There
Then
were
yes.
bands. There was a band
That
called
might have
Of
been.
the Dead. There was a band called Divide that always played with us there. Audacity played with us.
Wicked Deception, did they play too?
Deception, that's what I was...
Wicked D.
They played there also.
Good guys.
Oh,
we just
yeah.
played a show
Hell
with them
yeah.
about a month ago or so.
Yeah, about that.
That's
Another.
fine.
Some more good times at Badaboo.
Brew.
That was closing, and then it was open.
Yeah, it was the Battle of the Bands for Mayhem Fest.
Okay, yeah, that was terrible.
and we'd gone out there to see you guys because it was just as we had like interviewed a bunch of bands that were playing that show, and that's the only time we stepped foot in that venue.
Yeah, yeah. That was the
Probably for
last
the
time we
best.
stepped foot in that venue. But we had some awesome shows there in the past. It was an awesome place, and it just totally hit the shitter.
Is it still around? That place?
No, it's gone.
It
as
became
should
another
be.
hole in the wall, literally.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Aaron.
So I actually learned bass to play in this band. I was a guitar player for Through Ashes for a few years. That was my first band. Those guys have sort of reformed into a band called Stolen Skies. They're very good. Check them out. So I auditioned for these guys on a borrowed bass, which when they said, "Yeah, you're good enough. We'll let you in," I was like, "All right, man, I'll buy the bass off you." And that's one of my basses that I have. And
You borrowed it from them.
no, I borrowed a bass from a buddy of mine and took it out to, well, it was Frank at the time, Frank's house, and because we had played a show with them at Bada opening for First Jason.
Mm-hmm. That was a good
and
show.
I remember seeing you guys and being super jealous of your crowd and your recordings, and I was like, those fucking assholes. And then when I saw you needed a bass player, it was my cousin, he's much younger than me, but he had posted a video of you guys playing, and I was like, shit. And then I went on your page and I saw you looking for a bass player, and I went, fuck it, why not?
We were looking for a bass player for over a year, and then Aaron came along, and I remembered him because we played together, and hell yeah, he was,
it was a good
awesome.
time. But yeah, I played guitar and drums before that, and now I pretty much play exclusively bass, which actually works out really well for me. I learned initially on the cello in high school. I played cello. I have a cello still. I could probably play it if it's still in a playable condition. It hasn't been out of its case in at least 2 years, so I have no idea.
Was it an easy transition? Were you able to figure it out really
He's
quick?
still transitioning.
Yes, I'm pre-op at the moment. Eventually, I'll go the distance. And anyway, moving on. Yeah, so I played guitar and drums before this, and then I just kind of picked up the bass and the cello. I mean, really, once you learn one instrument, it's a lot easier to learn.
You know
more.
every other instrument.
Well,
ever.
I wouldn't say that, but the basics are all the same. I don't play anything. I don't play any kind of wind or brass instruments. I don't play anything I have to put my mouth on.
Your
Good
mistake.
rule of thumb.
Right. Well, I mean, skin flute, yes, but other than that, it's just the skin flute.
Okay.
And
That's
your
it.
influences?
Influences. Oh God.
Oh God.
My favorite bass players, Geddy Lee, obviously, duh. Nick Shangelos, I don't know if I'm saying that right. The guy from Job for a Cowboy, Havoc. Who else? The guy from Tesseract, I don't know what his name is. That guy has just amazing tone. I listen to a lot of the progressive, genty stuff on my own time.
I like your tone.
Nolly from Periphery. Trying to think what else. Who else? I think that's about it. Shit. Victor Wooten. I can't play anything he does, but he's fucking incredible.
But you enjoy one.
Yes. He's my inspiration. It's kind of like watching professionals play football. I can't do it, but I really respect it, and it gives me strength.
Perfect. Well, Mike, it's about that time.
Well, I'm trying to think where to.
My favorite guitarist is myself.
If I'm doing a bio, I guess I should, because I've been in the band a little bit over a year now, right? I think that's what we clocked it in at.
Just about a year, yep.
Now,
So-
we've known Mike for
10
years already, and he has filled in. He filled in
I filled on
bass
one time.
before.
And I think you were at one of my either my audition or my first practice with these guys.
It very well might have been the case. Even when you guys saw them at that thing, I was also there. I was probably their merch girl at the time, But I've
Yes,
always
I see why we went with him.
I've always been around.
You're that creepy guy in the back of their photos.
Exactly. So, I met Rob at Moraine Valley, and this is when I was starting to dip my toes into metal. I was listening to bands like Children of Bodom, and really that was kind of the wall that I was at. Rob introduced me to some more bands, and then he invited me out to a show, and I got to see his band at the time play, and I'm like, wow, I really want to play music on a live level. So eventually, I mean, you guys know, I was in Dark Entropy. That led to me and the guitar player basically trying to form that. And we did that. And I eventually left that to do Vicious Attack, which I'm still in currently. And that was the next step for me as a musician, because their stuff is just intense and just screeching fast. And, you know, I mean, you guys have seen us play. There's no breaks, you know, there's no breathing time.
There is not.
It's just metal.
It was
for a fucking
a lot.
hour.
Yeah. It was a lot for me to get to that point, and I did. And, you know, Rob has actually come to me like a couple times in the past and asked if I wanted to join, but the stars have just never aligned. The first time, you know, I was working a brand new job, and there was, you know, no way it was going to happen for me to be in multiple bands. And then the second time, I was brought in as a bass player just to help out for a show, and we were toying with the idea of me coming on permanently as the bass player, but I did not want to be the bass player, you know. And then finally...
Thank you for that.
Yeah. And it just happened to work out that, you know, with my seniority at work, I was finally able to switch to mornings, and now I could do multiple bands. So I've been in the band for a year, and it's been pretty goddamn awesome.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Fuck yeah.
Derek's not here, but all the songs on the album are his riffs and all that. My guitar is on the album, but the next album coming up, I will
Mike's gonna
actually
actually
have
write.
songs written, you know. So, yeah, I'm just happy to be part of all this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Derek came up with most of the riffs, and at least from a bass standpoint, even on the older stuff, he kind of told me from the get-go, he's just like, man, you know, you do what you want, you know, so I'm able to kind of go my own way. You know, he's super open-minded, really cool dude. I wish he was here.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice.
If you only knew car stuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Next time. He'll be here next time.
He will be.
in terms of my influences, I guess the only reason I wanted to pick up the guitar is I'd be listening to just classic rock and metal, like very, very classic metal bands like Maiden, or, you know, then I was a huge Scorpions fan, just hearing the Scorpions shred. But the two biggest influences for me to even want to play guitar is definitely Randy Rhoads and Eddie Van Halen. You know, just hearing them shred on that guitar, and it just drove me crazy. And eventually, in high school, I did pick up a guitar, and my influences changed to more heavier things. Your Children of Bodom, your Cradle of Filth, you know, and Amon Amarth, you know. And eventually, now that I'm in Vicious Attack, I got into more niche, like, thrash stuff, you know, like Demolition Hammer and Midnight and stuff like that, and just loving it, yeah. I'll
Mike's
give anything
McDonald.
a listen.
He's loving it.
Yeah, exactly.
Loving it. Well, fuck yeah. Let's play
Oh,
another.
fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck y'all. Let's play another track
Another track.
by the boys. Rob, you're the only one that knows what tracks we have.
Rob.
Rob.
He told me, but I forgot him already.
Perfect.
It's all right.
A little too much to drink.
How about Bleed You Dry?
This is a good one.
And then what's
good
this one about?
Just,
Sucking dicks.
Sucking
No. Just,
No.
you know, being drawn into a false sense of security and ending up with an empty hand by the end of it, you know? Getting...
Suffer my hand.
Getting fucked.
It's all sexual innuendo.
That's right.
innuendos.
But no, this is just, you know, being misled and ended up with nothing at the end.
All right. Well, let's do it. Bleed You Dry, the first time anyone's hearing this.
Yes.
Correct. Outside
exactly.
of this
Outside of
immediate group
us.
of people.
And Joe.
And Joe. All right, let's do it.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Hey, I'm Ben. We're from Snowburial, and you're listening to The Metal Experience.
And we are back once again. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, and that was the next epic vampire track, Bleed You Dry,
The
by
vampire
Central
track.
Disorder.
The vampire track. There you go. That's the new. There you go.
I want to bleed you dry.
In the
Right.
parentheses.
Blah.
Twilight.
But
In parentheses, add the Twilight track.
The Twilight track.
gotta be the next,
Glittery vampires.
Team Edward.
The next Twilight movie.
Team Jimmy, Steve. I don't know what their names
Steve.
were.
Well, Luco.
Jimmy Steve, right?
Steve the
Jim.
vampire.
The name's Steve. I'm a vampire. Here's
I'm
my buddy.
40.
Here's my buddy Scooter.
This is Big Smo.
Didn't you
That's
guys
right.
ever see the movie What We Do in Shadows?
Can't say that I have.
Oh my God! Please do yourself a favor and go see that. It's
vampire
amazing. It is. It's a British
sweet.
one, and it's hilarious.
The guys that did Flight of the Conchords.
Yes.
It's like their
Please watch this movie.
vampire.
What We Do in
Wow,
Shadows.
that's awesome.
It is hysterical.
I gotta
You will
check
love
that out
it.
then.
Jermaine. I accidentally
great.
got bit.
Brett and Jermaine.
What's always then? You're
All
trying
right.
to suck my neck.
It is kind of like that. You'll get it. Well, Luco, it's about that time. Are you ready?
Okay.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found!
Only on the Metal Experience.
All right, this weekend, every week, is always brought to you by our friends at Imprint Recordings. Your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more information for all your recording needs. This week, we have a band all the way from Ottawa, Canada. The band, A Scar for the Wicked. We got a twofer for you tonight. We've got Evil Within and A Place Where Death Resides. Just stuff you could bring home to mom. This one is, both of those are off the Unholy EP. We're going to fucking rock them. Let's do it.
Bleed
Hey, come check out Small Town Mentality Podcast with your host Ben and
Austin.
We are on every Thursday morning
with tips on how to be a more efficient racist.
No, we don't do that.
Also, best ways to bag your sister in the sack.
No, I don't think we've ever talked about that.
Also, we do impressions.
We don't do that either. We do have some buttons that we push sometimes.
What? And black people.
Anyways, you can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, and everywhere you get a podcast.
You can find us closest to your nearing Burning Cross.
No, you can't. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at STM Podcast. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Woo-wee! Oh, man, those were tasty. Those, again, were brought to you by Imprint Recordings. Visit imprintrecordings.com for all the information for all your recording needs. That band from Ottawa, Canada, they were A Scar for the Wicked. We had a two for Evil Within and A Place Where Death Resides. And that was off their Unholy EP. Check them out. Give them a like on Facebook. Whew! Ottawa, Canada! We are rocking out here, the Metal Experience with Central Disorder. Still, we've got a couple
Rockin'
more.
and rolling.
Rockin' and or rolling. We've got a couple more tracks we are going to play. Morgan, you had something? What were you talking about? All right, perfect. Let's do another Central Disorder track.
All right.
We've got two more left,
Yeah,
right?
so
okay.
This will be the title track of Eradication.
The titular track?
Yeah, and it
is
starts
titular.
Fast, hard, and heavy, baby.
Oh, just the way Daddy likes it.
It's just banging right off the start.
Banger! A real banger. All right, let's do it. Central Disorder, Eradication, off of Eradication. Woo. Tonight's matchup, Charlotte Hornets versus Charlotte Hornets.
This is the end of time.
Well, hi there. Hello. We know you're enjoying your current dose of metal with the people at the Metal Experience. What are their names, Ryan? Hey, Morgan and Luco, how you doing? Well, howdy. Should you get through with your dosage with them and find yourself still wanting metal, come see us at the Epitome of Stupidity podcast. You can find us on Podbean, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, and other places, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's a cool show, I must say.
Until then, back to these guys. Bye-bye.
We are back once again, the Metal Experience. I'm Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, and that was the titular track off of the upcoming brand new Central Disorder album that comes out next week.
Next Tuesday.
Next 2S Day.
Whew. Eradication.
Predator? Speaking of, did you see the new Predator?
Did you guys get erections listening to that?
I mean, I always do.
Right. I've had an erection for 6 years.
Yeah. The new
You might
Predator
want to see a
movie was-
doctor.
The new No, you're good. You're good. The
I've
new
learned
Predator
to
flick-
cope.
The new Predator flick was pretty sweet.
Don't look at me. I didn't
I wasn't
see
a
it.
big fan of the CGI of the big Predator's face because it looked a little like
stupid,
real fake,
Too digital.
I haven't
too
seen
digital.
it.
But other than that, I thought it was pretty cool. It was everything I thought it was going to be,
Comedy?
and then everything that I kind of thought it was going to be.
Did Schwarzenegger at least make a cameo?
He did not.
He's going to be in Terminator 6, though.
He's not even the governor of California anymore. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? He's not
You
running
could
for
be
president.
doing so many awesome things.
Right?
But they do mention the first movie and the second movie.
God.
Like,
Did they do the bro shake?
found him in L.A. and there was a jungle and they're out there. And yeah, that's exactly how they do it. Actually, that's the exact delivery in the movie, so you can't miss it. Sorry, Morgan. What?
Did they do the bro shake?
The bro shake. Is that where they touch wieners?
No, when they.
Oh, well, that's how I bro shake.
Where Arnold and Apollo Creed.
There was
The
Dylan, you
manliest,
son of a
the
bitch.
manliest shake in history.
Did they do that?
There's
Did they
no bro
reenact
shake,
that? There's no bro
unfortunately.
shake.
You have to throw away your weapons.
No bro shake. Sorry, brah.
Gotcha.
Sadness.
What's been your favorite metal release so far this year? Any band? Have you been listening to a lot of what's coming out?
I mean, I'd like to say locally, Depremacy's album is badass.
Ballin', also produced by Joe.
Also a Joe album, but man,
Joey Bag of Donuts.
that's right. Fucking
Lap that up.
Alexi and Luke do an awesome job over there, and they're going on hiatus, unfortunately.
What?
Hiatus.
Yeah.
Hiatus, yes.
No.
Good dudes, though. We just
Why
played
is
with them
that?
a few months
They
ago.
just got a lot of stuff going on. They posted a big long thing on their Facebook. Alexi did, but
Luke's in like 8 bands.
yeah, they
Yes.
just finished this record with Joe, because they were finishing recording when we were starting. So Alexi was kind of in and out of the studio when I was in and out of the studio. We'd like pass each other. So yeah, they just finished up this awesome album, and now they're gonna take a break. But I hope they come back soon, because we've played with them for many years. They were on our EP release show at Another Hole in the Wall in 2012, and we've played on many shows with them since. But that's locally.
When did Allegion's last album come out? Was that in the last year?
It's like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was about 2 years ago.
Shit. All right, never mind. Fuck. Scratch that one.
Morgan, what is your
Unleashed
favorite
is coming out
release?
with a new album soon.
So far this year?
Central Disorder. Wait, no, that hasn't released yet. Fuck.
You're a week away.
Cataclysm just
week,
came out
you
with a
can
new
say.
album.
Morgan,
That's
what do you
something.
think of the new?
I haven't
Cataclysm.
heard it. I'm not a fan. I don't really listen to them.
Next month.
I think after Luco shared the link, the one that I'm looking most forward to is the new Architects. That is
You would.
sounding super heavy and awesome. I was really surprised at the new All That Remains track that dropped 2 days ago
Fuck
or
love.
yesterday.
Is that the
I
one?
was
I still haven't been able to.
I was like,
to it.
holy shit! I can't believe that they went back to being heavy. I
So-
swear to God, if the rest of the album lets me down like this song, like has my hopes up for something going back to like this Darkened Heart sound, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
The red herring.
Speaking of, All That Remains, I heard that the Forge was basically giving away tickets to their show coming up.
It wouldn't surprise me.
When is that?
I don't
It's
know.
next week.
Yeah.
It's next. I'm pretty sure it's next week.
Aaron's looking for
But
tickets.
the one album that I really want, that I pre-ordered the Brownings new CD that comes out next month. But
I got a Browning brewing in my belly.
I'm waiting for the new Beartooth. That
New
is
Beartooth.
my band.
I guess next month I'm just waiting for the new Unleashed to come out. New Bloodbath.
Ooh, there's a new Bloodbath album.
It's coming out soon.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that now.
Deicide released a new track, and soon their new album's coming out, and it's sounding incredible. A lot of really heavy stuff.
We're due for new Monuments album this year. If anybody knows it.
Yes.
I like
yeah.
Monuments.
Yeah, they're
I
supposed to
can't.
be coming out.
I can't wait for the new Halloween flick. Boom. That's my
something.
release.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh fuck yeah!
Yes. And the new Bloodbath. When is that coming out? Tell me now, Mike.
I'm not entirely
Mike,
sure.
tell me now. You
It's-
can't play with my
I
emotions.
turned
like
my
that.
phone off. I'm sorry.
You can play with him though,
Ooh.
just not his emotions.
Not his emotions specifically.
About Bloodbath.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah. About blah blah.
Some more foreign metal for you.
Some blah blah.
Blah blah.
Well, Morgan, you got some couple 2-3
do.
announcements.
Well, there's always more than 2-3 announcements. You know that.
What the fuck is up,
It just
Morgan?
takes longer when you don't let me talk through them. You just
Yeah,
just talk and
that
talk and
happens.
talk and talk.
I will fight you. I will fight you out in the parking lot after this.
Don't forget to buy tickets off of our friends in Sinister Fate. They're going to be playing with Doyle at the Forge for the Halloween show.
Nice.
That's happening October 31st, if you don't know what date Halloween is by now. Also playing that
Morgan.
show is Blood People, Secrets
Morgan.
of Skeletons, and The Magical.
Morgan.
Yes.
It's October 31st.
Oh, I
Halloween.
had no idea. Thanks. And that is also a show with a costume contest for those that want to dress up.
Fucking Wednesday though.
Quaglia, that is Mike's band. He used to play
Qualia?
in One Steel Wound.
I think it's Qualia.
Qualia. Thank you. Quaglia. Damn it. Qualia. Their new track, Relapse, actually got released today. Go check that out, and it's up on their Facebook page.
Yay!
And then also, don't forget that this coming weekend, our friends in Contra are releasing their brand new CD for Inertia. They're going to be playing at The Wire in Berwyn, and it's $10 tickets, $6 p.m. doors, all ages, and they're playing with Tanzan, speaking with Ghosts and Capital Vices. That's going to be awesome. Fallen from Skies, they are an unsigned band pick that we featured not too long ago. They were a Reverb Nation pick. They have a brand new single out called La Virba, and that
What does
is
that
up-
mean?
I don't know. I don't
Are they?
know.
Where are they from?
Mexico,
Okay, that explains that.
and it
That
is
explains
up on
the Spanish
their
title.
Instagram and Facebook page. Our Friends and Victims are going on tour for their Volume 3 Halfway Happy release. That's going to be starting in October. And they're going to be going
October.
to
Get it?
Ohio and a few other places, East Coast, Midwest area. We have a brand new review going to be posted up on our website by the end of the week. Cole wrote for the Halfway Happy album, so keep your eyes peeled on our website for that. Also going on this next week, Friday, September 28th, our Fool's Brew is going to be playing with Cause of Ruin, Gravel, and Switch at the Looney Bin.
Ooh.
I don't know where that is. And Bury Your Past, I guess, is also playing that.
It's a good build.
The Civil Disobedience release party for Bury Your Past. Sunday at the Exit, they do the awesome late night shows. If you want to be
It's
there
technically
until
Monday morning.
2 or 3 a.m. Her Worst Nightmare and Urzuli is playing. I know I'm saying that wrong because they've told us how to say it, but I still can't say it. But there's no cover, and doors are at 11. You can go see that. Congratulations to Atlanta's Burning. They finally found a vocalist they'd been looking for a few months. I'm
Atlanta's
going to
Boining.
probably butcher this guy's last name, but Rob Penzenik is now the brand new vocalist to Atlanta's Burning. And they said Rob's first show with them is going to be at the Top Fuel Saloon in Braidwood, Saturday, October 13th. And if you don't catch them there, they will be at the Cairo Ale House West Chicago show for the band Fam United 3. The return of What Lies Ahead.
The return?
You know, they've been gone since June.
Right.
Saturday, November 10th. So good news for them. Glad they found a vocalist because they are very talented. And
What's his name?
Rob.
I'm going to look him up.
I don't want you to stalk them. Our friends at Consume the Divide have tickets available if you're interested at the Bottom Lounge to see them play with Letters from the Fire. He is Legend and Non-Point coming up September 22nd,
Few of us
like
will
I
be
just
there on
said.
Yeah, we'll be there.
There you go.
Say
Me,
hello.
For
me
sure.
and Aaron will be there.
Yeah, that's an awesome lineup. So go support our friends
Be a
at
good
Consume the
time.
Divide. And be sure, I'm plugging this page. It's awesome. Go check out Air Raid AD, the new big Christian metal band to hit the Chicago scene. They're awesome. Great. And you'll get a kick out of their page if you know what's really happening. Forever Death.
What's really happening?
I'm not going to say unless you know the joke. Forever Death Fest happening December 7th and 8th. The tickets are available online now for that. Ton of Chicago awesome bands playing at the Beat Kitchen. November's Doom, Bloodletter, What Resin, Snow Burial. And then the second day is the Prosthetic Records Showcase with Without Waves, Huntsman, Varaha, Zayas, and Meth. And
Meth.
you can get those pre-sale
Meth.
tickets soon. And then, last but not least, I had
Least but not last.
Least but not last. Next week on our show, we're going to be welcoming back. I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no, not next week. Luco's 7th anniversary with the Metal Experience is next week,
7 years old next week.
and Torn by Tentacles is going to be on for the first
11
time.
years until you're legal.
11
Torn by
years.
Tentacles next week, and then October 2nd kicking off October, coming back with, I guess, a 15-minute long track. Our friends in Gorfinage.
One
One
15-minute
minute long track that they said is the best thing they've ever written. So, Torn by Tentacles, though,
Progressive
next week
metal
to help celebrate Luco's 7th year
Bless
anniversary with the Metal Experience.
Sounds brutal.
Do you remember who
Super
your
metal.
first interview was with?
Grace the Damned.
Yes, it was. Boom.
Boom.
He knows it.
Mic
He still
drop.
got it.
Mike, yeah.
He still got
And
it.
and don't forget, in your list of shows there, next Saturday,
Yes.
September 29th,
Saturday.
over at the Bada Brew.
At the Bada Brew.
Crest Hill.
Crest
Illinois.
Hill.
It's going to be an awesome night.
A bloodbath.
Essentially.
fucking time.
Oh, I would like to say we have a whole revamped stage show.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about all this stuff we have
It's
planned.
gonna be a good
So
time.
you got to come out to see what we got going on.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Very excited, you guys.
Aaron busted
pretty
his
baller.
ass with doing a lot of cool stuff for our stage show.
We
so-
all get naked on stage.
Yeah, yeah. You're giving away the
He
best
busted
part.
his ass for you guys getting naked.
Well, I mean, so what it's going to be is Aaron's going to come and undress each one of us as we're still playing.
That's basically it.
And you guys are all wearing the Borat onesies, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, yeah. Obviously.
It's more of a nosy.
Wieners out. All right.
You know, they make those like man thongs where you
Cock
can
socks?
put, yeah, but they look like animals.
Elephants.
So there's like elephant trunk ones that you could wear.
That's funny.
Morgan wears them.
No, I don't. I don't have anything to put in there. There's no purpose of having a trunk then.
Her fucking monster cock.
What?
She fucking flops in
No.
there. I don't know.
Like a deli
This
sausage.
got weird real fast.
Kielbasa.
Real fast. Well, let's go back to everything that's Central Disorder and where, Jesus, where everybody can find everything that is Central Disorder
All right.
and any other shows that you have coming up.
Oh, we got so much stuff coming up. It's
We have a
freaking
Facebook
awesome.
page. and
Instagram.
an Instagram.
We have a banging Instagram.
We're
thanks
gonna
to
be
hopping.
Banging.
thanks to our drummer Bobby. He's made it banging.
Those Gen
He knows
Zers,
about
man.
the youth and the kids.
Their social medias.
We got Twitter, YouTube.
Shit, we're on Twitter?
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Oh, I should follow us.
And we got a band camp that's all set up, ready to go, and you can on
The 25th.
September 25th. You can go buy our new album, buy our shirts, all our stuff. Be awesome. And
So-
like I said, digital and physical copies available.
When you,
You
buy
should
a
get both.
physical copy online,
Yeah.
is there like a pre-order?
We didn't set up a pre-order.
You just have to be patient.
Yeah. But as soon as you see it out on Facebook or any of our other social medias, you click the link, it'll take you right to the page, and bam, you can listen to all our tunes.
Yes.
And then besides the CD release show, do you have any other shows booked for the year?
So October 11th at Cobra Lounge, right, Michael?
Yes.
Yeah. And then November 17th out at the House Cafe in DeKalb. And then we were going to be on here November 27th, but we're here today.
Woo.
So look how that worked out.
What a bump up.
That's right. Thank you so much.
Perfect
And
timing.
then-
I'm so excited that we got to promote this before the release.
Absolutely.
It all
Thank you so
worked
much.
out.
Awesome.
Yes, thank you.
And then December 1st, we will be back at Bada Brew for their Toys for Tots Metal Extravaganza.
Fuck yeah.
Hell's Angels.
And that's all we got right now.
That is
But we'll
awesome.
have lots more shortly.
Very, very exciting. And we've got one last track that we get a preview tonight.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's
That's
the
a good
brand
one.
new album.
That's a good one.
So let's talk about it, and then that'll be the last track to put you to sleep.
Put
It
your
won't
lights
you to-
out.
It won't put you to sleep for
and
sure.
it's perfect with the track
Right.
name to it.
That's right. Exactly.
What is it called, and what's it about?
It's called Into the Night. It's very cool. It's got an awesome chorus. Traditionally have been more down and out on myself, and I wrote it during one of my more down and out times. Pretty depressed, and, everything that goes with that. Gonna kill yourself and all that fun stuff.
Fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's a positive message.
It's really a positive
Yeah.
message for the youth of America
It's a Don't Close Your Eyes tune.
to go into the night.
I thought it was about going out at night and stabbing people.
Well, I mean, it's really open
Night
for
stabbing.
interpretation.
Almost.
We'll try to have some
Into the
positive
night
thoughts.
to pick up some hookers and coke,
Yeah.
or hookers and ice cream.
Or just
Yes.
hookers and ice cream.
Hookers
remember,
and gummy
if you
bears.
remember,
I do. Hookers and ice cream.
we're gonna go out for hookers and ice cream.
Hookers
We
and
got
waffles.
so
Cocaine and
many
waffles.
hits off of that tagline.
Hookers and
for
waffles.
People to just listen to it.
Like, shit,
Oh
they're
my
talking about
gosh.
hookers and waffles? Fuck yeah.
Are you guys that band that plays at hookers and waffles?
That's what you need to just.
Well, inside joke. We'll tell you all. Well, the first show, there was a fucking guy.
You can go back to listen to the first Central Disorder show in the profile on our page in the past guest show, and go take a look at it
And
and
that
listen.
one, Rob is all by
and Rob is
I
all
know
by
by
his
myself.
lonesome, but he
He's
held
the
his
only
own,
one.
and it was
That's right.
great, and we had a fun time, and there was a lot of hookers and ice cream,
That's right.
and we just kept saying hookers and ice cream.
And people loved it.
It was great.
fuck
It,
yeah.
I mean, perfect combination of just promo material there.
And hookers and ice cream.
Well, don't forget, come out to visit Spare Keys next week in downtown Elmhurst. We're here every Tuesday. Luco's 7th anniversary show with Torn by Tentacles
Will be extra farty.
will be extra farty and with more arms and legs than we could ever have on the show
We're
because
gonna have like so many arms and legs, it's gonna be out of control.
the most.
Extra
It'll be-
farts.
it'll be great. So excited. All right. Well, thank you, Central Disorder, for coming out, sharing brand new music with us.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Metal
having us.
Experience,
Awesome.
Morgan, Luco.
Cannot wait
Much
to hear the
appreciated.
full album.
Yeah, there's some
Appreciate
really
you.
cool stuff that we didn't put on tonight.
And
but
seriously, guys,
We
we,
have a
work
waltz.
so freaking hard on
yeah,
this.
this is our life's work.
I'm so tired.
All right. Well, now let Central Disorder take you into the night.